Hi there, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to my channel. I'm feeling a bit festive this week. So last week I started us off on our chakra series with the root chakra. This week I'm going to be doing another 30-minute sequence to activate and balance our sacral chakra. So that's our second chakra. So this one contains our emotions, sexuality, our creativity is all in this chakra. So we're going to be working with some more creative poses today. I'll take you through a meditation to start. We'll go through the sequence and then at the end we'll come into a Shavasana, which you're allowed to stay in for as long as you like. So let's get started. Getting started by finding a nice comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block handy, then you can sit on a cushion, anything to support your hips, or if you're comfortable, just sit straight down on your mat. And just rest your hands somewhere comfortable on your body. I've got my hands on my knees, but you can have them out in front of your body. And just close the eyes and we'll start off with just a short sacral chakra meditation. So just start to bring some ease to your breath to begin with. Just start to deepen your breathing, feeling those movements in the chest. And in yoga, we're always breathing through our noses. So trying to keep that breath going through the nose, both the inhales and the exhales. And bringing your awareness to just above the base of your spine. So just really down right at the bottom of the tummy. And this is where our sacral chakra is in the body. So just picture this orange wheel of energy spinning round. Bring all your awareness directly to this area. And picture that wheel, picture a vibrant orange colour in your head. Just notice any feelings that might come up as you begin to focus on your chakra. And don't worry if there is maybe some discomfort as you start to activate this. This just might mean that the chakra needs balanced or unblocked. So just keep breathing, keep your focus on that area. And we're just thinking to ourselves a nice positive thought that goes with this chakra. So our thought today is, I allow myself to feel my emotions in a healthy way. So say that to yourself a few times. I allow myself to feel my emotions in a healthy way. So not letting our emotions get the better of us, just simply feeling them. We're allowed to feel them, but knowing when to let them go and bring ourselves back to peace. And to finish off our meditation portion of our practice today, we will do 3 rounds of the full yoga breath that we do every week. So take a nice deep inhale, fill up your tummy, fill up your chest, lift into your collarbones. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your tummy, release your breath. Inhale, fill up your tummy, fill up your chest, lift into your collarbones. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your tummy, release the earth. And then just one more time, nice deep inhale, fill in the tummy, the chest, lift into the collarbones. And exhale, empty the chest, empty the tummy. Wonderful. And then coming to open up your eyes as we get started with our asana practice. So if you're sitting on some support, you can take that away and bring your sit bones to your mat. And we're starting off by bringing our feet together and just letting the knees drop out to the sides for Baddha Konasana. So we're really engaging those inner thighs here, which is where our sacral chakra resides, around about that area. So lift your chest here, get a nice long spine in Baddha Konasana and feel that inner thigh stretch. We'll take a few breaths here. And then we're going to exhale, move the upper body forward and down. And just gaze out straight ahead as the head begins to come down, and you will feel a deeper inner thigh stretch here. So don't worry if you don't feel yourself coming that far down. Just stop when you've got that comfortable inner thigh stretch, or at least as comfortable as it can be for you without causing any pain. We want to make sure that this is a stretch we can ease into. Inhale, lift. Bring yourself back up to normal Baddha Konasana. Notice how your inner thighs feel right now. So you might find that they're stretched out a little bit more. We're going to take one more forward fold. And on this one, we're going to exhale, bring the chest forward again. And then we're going to drop the head towards the feet. So you've got a little opening in your feet, like the pages of a book. We're just moving our head down as if we were trying to put it in that little gap. Obviously, you don't need to actually bring the head down, but just as if you were going to send it in that direction. And just take a few breaths here. Inhale, lift your head up. And then release. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. So find in a tabletop position, shoulders above wrists, hips above knees, and we'll take some cat-cow movements here. So on your exhale, drop your head, lift your shoulders, find cat pose. Inhale, drop your tummy, arch your back, find cow. Exhale, drop your head, lift your shoulders, find cat. And inhale, drop your tummy, arch your back for cow, find that back bend. And then exhale again, once more for cat pose, lift the shoulders, drop your head. And inhale, drop your tummy, arch your back, gaze forwards. Exhale, release, come back into tabletop, and from here we'll take our first downward dog of this lesson. So tuck your toes, send the hips up and back as we head into downward facing dog. So remember in here, hands pressed into the mat, fingers spread, lower ribs tucked in, feet are hip width apart, hands are about shoulder width apart, and the weight is evenly spread between our arms and our legs. So feel free to start bending your knees one at a time, walking the dog as we call it in the yoga world, or even just coming up and down on the tiptoes. And letting your breath be easy here. We're gonna exhale, walk our feet forward, and find Uttanasana, standing forward bend here. So you can grab onto the backs of the legs, drop the head as I do, or just bring your hands to the ground if you can reach. And just release your upper body for a moment here. Find a stretch in those hamstrings, but also soften in the knees. We're not wanting to lock them here. All throughout this practice, still paying attention to our sacral chakra, our orange wheel of energy. Release the hands. Inhale. Uncurl the spine, vertebra by vertebra, as we come to stand up. Lifting the head. Take some rolls back and forth with your shoulders. And then from here, we'll take 2 rounds of sun salutations. So find yourself standing at the front of your mat in a strong Tadasana pose. And since we're focusing on our sacral chakra today, where our emotions reside, our creativity, take notice of any emotions that might come up throughout your practice today. Not dwelling on them, like our mantra said, we're dealing with them, we're feeling them in a healthy way. So as they come up, just notice them, let them pass, let them release. So hands together at the heart on an exhale. And we'll inhale, come up, take a slight back bend, look up. Exhale, send the hips back and flow forward and down. Find your standing forward bend. Right leg stepping back. Drop the knee, gaze forward for a runner's lunge. And from here, we'll take a little side stretch. So, bringing both your hands up to your knee. And then inhale and bringing the arms up to the ceiling. So we're in crescent lunge pose here. And we're just going to take a little creative version of this. So like I said, our sacral chakra is to do with creativity. So just adding a little twist on some of our poses today. So what we're going to do here is with your left hand, grab onto your right wrist and take a side stretch to the left. And just hold that for a moment, a very different variation. We call it crescent sundial pose. Inhale, lift up, let go, and then exhale, hands back down. Inhale, stepping back, finding a strong plank pose. And exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, press up and find a cobra or a sphinx pose. And exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes and lift up. Find downward facing dog. You might find you're able to do what I just did and come straight up to downward dog without bending the knees. And again, just take some movement here. If you want to, of course, if you want to stay still, that's fine. If you are taking movement, just awakening that sacral chakra more by finding some more creative movement. So we can take hip circles. We can lift one of our legs up for three-legged down dog and then open the hip and bend the knee. Open it up a little bit there. Just bring some creativity into our postures today. And then bringing our right leg through when we're ready. Exhale, drop your knees and step that right foot through. Back to our lunge. Right side stepping through, standing forward fold. Inhale as we lift, slight back bend, look up. And exhale, hands at the heart. So we'll come into one more sun salutation round. So again, hands at the heart on the exhale. Inhale, lift, gentle back bend, look up. Exhale, send the hips back and flow forward and down, finding that standing forward fold. And this time our left leg is coming back. Drop the knee, finding a runner's lunge to start off with. And then we'll take our little creative twist on this pose. So coming into crescent lunge, untucking your back toes, hands up to the knees, and inhale, both arms reaching up. And this time we're going the opposite way, so grab onto your left wrist with your right hand, and on your exhale, move to the right. So we're looking for a side stretch here as well as our lunge pose. Inhale. Lift up, let go and reach the arms. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step it back and find that plank. Shoulders in line with your wrists. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, press up into your cobra, that nice back bend here. And exhale, tuck the toes and lift yourself up. Bend the knees if you want to. Come up into downward dog. And again, movements, find some creativity with those movements. If you know of any variations that I've not mentioned yet, then have a go at whatever ones you like. You can even move your knees through towards the elbows, get a little bit of a core exercise going here. And just find what works for you today. It's your practice. You might be following along with what I'm doing, but at the end of the day, it's your practice. So you find what works for you here. We all find our way in our downward dog practice. Send the left leg through, step it. Exhale, drop, bring the foot forward. Exhale, right side, find that standing forward bend once again. Inhale, lift up, gentle back bend, looking up. And exhaling, hands at the heart. Lovely, come down now, take a pause in child's pose. Sit back on your heels, lower your body down over the knees, arms down by your sides. Rest your head. So you can take this variation here, or you can take the knees wide and reach your arms forward for a wide child's pose. And in the child's pose, just recenter with your body. Check back in with your breath. And bring the awareness back to your sacral chakra, that orange ball of energy. A few more breaths here. And then we inhale, lift the head, gently start to walk your hands back up. Move yourself back into a tabletop position. And then tuck the toes, we'll head straight back up for a downward facing dog. Take a couple of quick movements there if you want to. And then start to walk the feet through. Walking the feet through into the hands, exhale, ragdoll, grab onto your elbows, and just let your upper body swing from side to side for a moment. Let it hang heavy here. Legs are still switched on, the knees are still soft. We're not wanting them to be locked. And just release for a moment here in ragdoll. Exhale, release. And slowly start to rise up to standing. We're uncurling our spinal vertebra nice and slowly again. We lift up. Bring the head up last. And then from here, I'm going to turn and face the side of the mat. So we're going to move to the side of the mat. So I'm moving to the left side of my mat because we're going to step one of our legs out. So make sure you've got enough space on your mat to step that right leg out eventually. So we're going to come into a balance pose called Eagle here. If you're a beginner, I'll show you a way to do it that doesn't come into the full pose, which you might want to take today instead. But I will show you the full pose as well in case you want to try it. So we're shifting our weight onto our left foot, and to do that, just bend your right knee a little and shift that weight. Eagle's a nice creative pose, which is why we're doing it today. And then from here, if you're a beginner, you might just want to cross the right leg over the left and just hang here, just balance here in this position with the legs. See how it feels. If you're more advanced in your yoga practice and you know the full posture well, or you want to try it today, we're seeing if we can just hook that right foot behind the left leg, behind the calf. So find a stable balance there. And then we're crossing the right arm over the left and either bringing our hands to our shoulders if you're a beginner, or see if you can come into full Garudasana arms. So twisting the arms around each other and bringing the palms together. Sink the knees deep here. So finding our Garudasana. And just see if you can hold that. And bringing the breath directly into the sacral chakra here. And then from here we're going to unravel the right leg and step it out for a wide-legged stance. So don't worry if you don't do that elegantly, just step out, point the toes out and bend the knees. We're going to come into a goddess pose with a little creative twist with our Garudasana arms. So you'll feel your legs start to light up here, start to engage. So just find your breath. Unravel the arms, come into full goddess. And exhale, bring your right elbow down to your right leg, bring your left arm up for a bit of a side stretch here. Peek up under the arm if it's comfortable. Inhale, come up, elbows bent. Exhale, left elbow down onto left leg, right arm up. So again, nice and strong here. Inhale, turn back up, find goddess. And then straighten your legs, reach the arms up. You can't see my palms, but palms are together here. And we're reaching up to the ceiling for star pose. So when we're reaching here, we're really reaching as if those fingertips want to touch the top of the ceiling. Exhale, release. And we can step or hop the feet back together here. And then we're shifting to the right side of our mat. So getting ready to do that again on the other side. So shifting our weight onto our right leg this time. Getting ready for our Garudasana pose. Crossing left leg over right. And either staying here or finding the full pose by hooking your left foot behind your right calf and sinking the knees down a little. Left arm crosses over right and either hands are on the shoulders or they're crossing right over, twisting round palms together for Garudasana arms. So like I said, don't worry if you don't find the full pose today. It is a tough balance for a beginner. So just come to where you can. And you will find this pose eventually with practice. Hold there, fix your gaze on an unmoving point. Feel all four corners of your standing foot pressed into the mat. And then release your left leg and step it wide. So nice wide-legged stance. Toes out, exhale, bend your knees. Finding our goddess with our Garudasana arms. Holding there for a moment. And then unleashing our arms. Normal goddess, elbows bent, palms open and facing the front. Exhale, left elbow to left knee, right arm up for our side stretch. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, right elbow to right knee, left arm up. Inhale, coming back. Straightening the legs, reaching the arms up, star pose. Really stretching all the way through the tops of the shoulders. Nice reach here. Exhale, release. Bring the hands to the hips and again stepping or hopping the feet back together. And we're going to turn forward here and just lower down. Take a quick child's pose. Sit back on your heels, lower yourself down for a second. And check back in with your body and your breath. Inhale, lift your head up, bring your hands to the mat. And then we're just going to gently move forward and down to lie on our tummies. So finding a reverse corpse pose. Bringing the hands together, making a pillow with the hands, resting your head on that pillow. And I'm going to take you through a few back bends here. So we're lifting ourselves up, and the first back bend that we're going to take, we're going to bring the forearms to the mat. And then we're just going to inhale, lift the head and come into a back bend. So this is Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is the one we take instead of Cobra in a sun salutation if the back is feeling any pain. But it can also be a good back bend to take in a more restorative sense. It really gets into the middle of your back rather than your lower back. So just feel that there. Feel that bend in your back and in your spine. Exhale. Bring the head back down to your hands, rest it there. Give the hips a little wiggle, release any lower back tension. And then next we're going to come into our normal Cobra. So if any of these back bends feel too intense, feel free to take the one before, the one that felt okay for you. So to come into Cobra, we're lining our hands up underneath our shoulders, bringing the elbows in towards the body, and inhale, lifting. So you'll start to notice very quickly that this is actually quite a strong posture. We usually just quickly pass through this one in sun salutations, but as you hold it, you'll notice that it is much stronger, especially in those arms. Feel your bicep muscles start to light up. Few more breaths here. Exhale, lower down. Make a pillow with the hands, rest your head, wiggle the hips, release. The next one I'm going to show you is upward facing dog. It's basically an even stronger version of Cobra. So again, line yourself up, bringing your elbows in towards your body. And in Cobra, we just bring our upper body up. But for upward facing dog, we're basically coming all the way up. The only parts of the body that are touching the mat are the hands and the feet. So we're lifting ourselves all the way up here. Breathing away. So again, much stronger than Cobra. Exhale, drop your body down. Hands on your head on your hands. And give your hips a little wiggle. And then the last one I'm going to show you is bow pose. So if you're a beginner, you might not be able to come into this one, and that is absolutely fine. Just take any of the first three that I showed you, or all of them instead. But if you want to try and come into bow, we're bending both our knees, grabbing our feet with our hands. And on the inhale, we're lifting the upper body and the lower half of the legs up to find this shape here. So bow pose, really engaging our legs, a deep bend in the back, and really engaging our arms. It's very strong. So breathe in there. Feeling nice and upright. You might feel your body start to rock back and forth. That's fine. We're trying to keep the knees in towards each other rather than flailing out to the sides. Exhale, release. Head to the hands, rest your head, wiggle the hips. Lovely. And then from here, we're coming back up to the hands and knees. And to ease off that lower back, we'll just take some cat-cow movements like we did at the start of practice today. So exhale, head down, lift the shoulders, find cat pose. Inhale, drop your tummy, arch your back, find cow. Exhale, drop the head, lift the shoulders for cat. And inhale, drop the tummy, arch the back. And then release back to tabletop. We'll head back to the heels and come to lie down. on your back, on your mat, with the knees bent. And just hugging your knees into your chest here, we'll take a couple of finishing stretches. So rolling your knees around in circles, getting a nice lower back massage against your mat. And we're going to come into a nice hip stretcher to finish off called reclined pigeon. So exhale, pop your feet down. And then we're bringing our left foot onto our right leg, toes pointed up and the knees coming out to the side. So you can stay in this position if you prefer, or see if you can hug that right knee in towards your body. And just close the eyes here and you will start to feel a deep stretch in your left hip. So this pose is really easy to adjust. So if you bring your foot closer to your knee, the deeper the hip stretch will be. So if that stretch is feeling a little too deep for you today, have a go at bringing the foot a little closer into your body and further away from the knee. My foot is kind of at a happy halfway point. So just find that stretch that works for you. If you want to deepen it, move the foot closer. This is mostly a restorative posture, so just relax into it, start to ease off. And it's really engaging for our sacral chakra, being down at the hips. So feel that orange wheel of energy in the body. Exhale, release. Swap sides, bring your left foot down. Pop your right foot on your left leg, and it might feel different here initially, so just take notice of that. You might just want to stay here, or again, hug your left knee in towards the body. And again, closer the foot is to the knee, the deeper the stretch. So it might feel different on this side. You might find that you need your foot to be in a different position than it was on the other side. Just go with it. Listen to your own body. We're never trying to push anything in our yoga practice. As soon as you found that limit, stay there or move back. And just feel your breath move in this nice restorative pose. Feel the breath start to slow down and feel all that energy trapped in your hip begin to release with this stretch. Exhale, release, let go of the knee, bring both feet back down, and then we'll head into Shavasana. So lie back in corpse pose, close your eyes. Arms are on the ground beside your body, palms facing up, and legs are spread out. And take a moment to reflect on your practice today. Think about any emotions that came up while we were working on our sacral chakra. And acknowledge how you managed to let those go and feel the emotions in a healthy way. If anything did come up here, it was probably the sacral chakra unblocking and balancing itself out with our practice today. And bring your awareness one last time to the sacral chakra, our lovely orange wheel of energy down in our hip area. Thank you so much for doing this sacral chakra balancing yoga practice with me today. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I bring out videos once a week. Feel free to stay in this relaxation for as long as you like. Namaste.